again, dudes and dudettes. Welcome back to I'm the Dude Games. My name's I'm the Dude 5. We're back inside Lego Marvel Super. We're about to get jinky with some Hydra in Hydra Hijinks. We are 100%ing it this time around, of course. So we did already accidentally obtain one mini kit and the hidden character token, so I'm going to provide a link to my original playthrough down in the description with a timestamp to show you guys how and where I obtained that. I even show it a little bit in this video, but I'll still provide a link in the description to my original playthrough with the timestamp, just so you guys don't miss out on a single thing. One of the many things I do love about Marvel is there are many different alternate universes.
What am I in for today?
And so they created a world, an alternate reality where Hydra was left unchecked, and I think they essentially won the war. There's a little bit of a glitch there. Spider-Man didn't use his webs, he used a sling ring. That's okay. Hydra essentially won the war and took over the Earth. And I think eradicated, or thought they eradicated, almost all superheroes.
So, apparently, doing whatever a spider can doesn't.
All available Hydra agents report for duty, now.
I did recently make a discovery in the midst of playing Lego Marvel again. So it turns out that if you end up downloading the DLC story missions that are available for Lego Marvel, I think there's a season pass that's available for the game itself. This game is approximately 2 years old. Came out in 2017. And unfortunately, I've been stuck on it for the past 2 years because of tech issues, as you guys know. But I'm not sure if you don't download the DLC story missions, if it'll affect it or not. But if you end up downloading the DLC story packs, of which there are 6,
Good. I've wanted something like this for quite some time.
And you're trying to 100% the trophies in this game, the game itself in the trophy system will include all True Believer, Stan Lee, mini kit collections from those DLC story missions. So it's like, even if you get all the collectibles, like the gold bricks, the Stan Lees, the mini kits, and the True Believer ranks from all the main story missions and all the Gwenpool missions, if you have the DLC story missions downloaded and updated into the game, if you complete everything in the base game itself, it will still register that you still haven't collected all of those things. So essentially what that means is I'm gonna have to do, after we're done 100%ing the main story, I'm gonna have to do main playthrough of all 6 DLC story packs, which is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, the Black Panther story pack, the Cloak and Dagger story pack, the Runaways story pack based off the 2 Marvel TV shows that came out in recent years, as well as the Infinity War story pack and the Ant-Man and the Wasp story pack. And I'm debating whether or not I should do individual playthroughs of each of those, or if you guys want to see me do a live stream and I'll do a main playthrough of all those levels, trying not to get any of the collectibles. I'm thinking about doing that. I could live stream all of that, and then once I do that, I can do individual videos for the 100% of all the DLC story packs at that point in time. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I think it might be easier to do it that way. It'll be a probably a decently long stream, between 2 and 3 hours, depending on how quickly I can get through each of the DLC packs. But that's what I'll probably do. It'll make it easier, so that way it's less editing and uploading for me. I can do a main playthrough of all the DLC story packs without 100%ing them. And then after that, I can do individual videos for 100%. I think that's what I'll do. If that's what you guys want me to do, let me know in the comment section below. So after we activate this switch once, we have to destroy these objects to create a platform for Captain America so that way he can throw his shield. And I keep trying to press circle for the pad, but it keeps pressing circle near an enemy and grabbing them and pummeling them. Oh, excuse me. After we do that, we actually need to throw the switch one more time in this little room here, because that's going to lower down another crate that will allow us to assemble something to get us our next mini kit. Each of the different little interactions for each of these collectibles is different throughout each level, and if you're not careful, it's very easy to overlook what you have to do exactly to get each of these collectibles. So sometimes, actually, in some of these levels, I actually end up having to do one playthrough of the thing and then circle back to do another one. It looks like we destroyed a poster on the wall up there, and it said 1 out of 5. Once you assemble this little laser blasting Zeppelin from those crates, you'll enter a mini game where you have to kill 10 of these enemies that show up. And once you kill 10 of the enemies, that'll get you another mini kit. And then, from the looks of things, we might end up having to destroy 4 more wanted posters of Captain America. So we might have to backtrack a little bit. You don't have to use the Zeppelin to destroy those posters. Just kind of keep an eye out for them on the wall. But for some reason or another, only after I assembled this little Zeppelin blaster did the mini kit detector actually start showing up for these little posters. They're very faded. If you can kind of notice there, like each of the mini kit detector arrows, little white arrows that I see on screen that I have enabled, only after I assembled the Zeppelin could I actually see those, even barely. So maybe you do have to assemble the Zeppelin, I'm not sure. I mean, I would think you'd be able to destroy them by yourself, but I guess not. But you never know. Just to be on the safe side, I would assemble the little Zeppelin blaster and then go around and backtrack and shoot those wanted posters to get this mini kit. Just to be on the safe side, you never know. Because again, how you obtain these collectibles in these levels, sometimes it's not always obvious. You really do have to look very carefully at your surroundings to try to figure out what you need to do. Sometimes even I miss it, so.
Pay a high price for this.
So down here is where you obtain one of the mini kits. One of the mini kits should be behind one of those pillars there. Those two, the pillars with they look like two balls. No giggity, stacked on top of each other. Behind one of those pillars is a mini kit. And then if you do this little shuffleboard puzzle here, you'll obtain the hidden character token. Again, I'll link the video in the description with the timestamp, just so you guys can see. If you're having trouble completing these shuffleboard puzzles, it does kind of give you hints as to what pieces you need to move, so it shouldn't be that hard to complete. So, in this area then, there's only one more mini kit to obtain, so in total, you should have 8 mini kits after you complete this portion of the level, as well as rescued Stanley and gotten the character token. To recap this portion of the level, there's a lot to collect in this area. Yes, I hear you, Stan. We will get to you in just a moment. God, Starmunch can't even vault off Captain America's shield. Seriously, this guy's pathetic. Like, I'm sure Star-Lord in the comics is actually like a really decently written, you know, character and all that, but it's like, I really don't like the way they portray Star-Lord in the cinematic universe. I just don't. The kid barely has an elementary school education, and yet he's expected to lead a team of more capable warriors than himself. It's bullshit. I mean, I was entertained by the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He was good in those. But then after Infinity War, I lost all respect for the way they portray Star-Lord. I lost all respect for Star-Lord after that. I really did. Like, I'd rather read Guardians of the Galaxy comics just to actually have a Star-Lord type of character that I actually like, and that's a more modern comic leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the first place. Originally, I think it was Yondu, and then eventually even Stakara,
This will aid me in my quest.
who were the original leaders of the Guardians in the original printings, the earliest printings.
Down for long.
So after we obtain that last mini kit there, we need to actually come down here and destroy these flame-throwing Hydra agents who are holding Stan hostage.
Gee, thanks, true believer. Excelsior.
Excelsior indeed, my good man. Alright, so after that, you're just going to have to go through the boss battle, and then that will lead you to the final portion of this level where you're in an auto-flight sort of thing.
Take this.
Chasing down... You're in an aerial dogfight with Baron Zemo. Now, there are 2 more mini-kits. That's it. 2 more mini-kits in this portion of the level, this final portion, but they can be very tricky to obtain because you cannot control exactly where the plane flies. It auto-flies. But you can swap between pilot and gunner. So what you need to do is, firstly, you need to shoot down 10 of these balloons, and that's why I have the mini-kit detectors enabled. That's where it comes in very handy. You need to destroy all 10 of these balloons that are floating in this aerial dogfight in order to obtain one of the mini kits. So coming up soon here, I should destroy the final one. But again, you can switch between pilot and gunner, and the fact that you switch between pilot and gunner is actually very crucial to obtaining the last mini kit. It's very tricky. I had a hard time with it. That's why you see me doing a lot of jump cuts here, because it took me a while to actually figure out, and it's the simplest thing, really.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere.
So we destroyed that last balloon. We got our 9th mini kit. I'm gonna go ahead and cut to where you're gonna be flying kind of looks like in between the Hydra Zeppelin and Kang's Citadel. What you need to do is you need to be swapped to the pilot of the plane and kind of direct the plane straight into that last mini kit, and you'll obtain it. You can't shoot it. You cannot shoot that last mini kit in order to obtain it. You have to be swapped to the pilot of the plane, and you need to fly directly into it as you can. And that's how you obtain that. So I cannot stress that enough. So that is how you 100% Hydra Hijinks. That's the 5th story mission. If you guys have been following along with this series, again, I'm going to mention in my last 100% video, what's clause is mine. I linked a video in the description of that one to a 100% video guide of Castle Hassle, the 3rd story mission, because I couldn't upload it because it was so riddled with video quality errors and stuff that wouldn't even allow me to play the video back in my editing software. So I couldn't upload that. So I linked a video to a guide in that one. So, but we don't have to worry about that anymore. That's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thanks again so much for watching. My name is I'mTheDude5. This is I'mTheDude Games. Please subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me. Lately, when I've been doing live streams, it seems like more people like to watch that stuff. I'm going to be doing... Ooh, excuse me. I'm going to be doing live streams of different games in the future. I'm going to try to switch it up. My fiance and I are having a fun time. So click the bell icon to get notifications. Like this video as well as any others of mine that you may enjoy, including the one I provide in the annotation on screen. Also follow me on Twitter, link in the description below. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, stay classy. I will see you all out there in the Marvel Universe.